in the book of basketball that Bill Simmons wrote, he met with Isaiah Thomas, who he had written horrible things about, and whatever. Read his book for the meeting. But basically, the essential purpose or the essential thing that Bill Simmons learned from Isaiah Thomas during that meeting was the secret of basketball has nothing to do with the game of basketball. It has everything to do with all the surrounding pieces and things like chemistry, things like off the court issues, things like being able to coexist within your team to create a masterpiece on the court. And I think this is a quality example of why everything off the court makes a big difference as we go into like this insane fucking off season.
Yeah. It's just those, and then I think it gets lost because in those first 3 years there was all of this drama, but they were winning. Sure. So like a lot of people like tend to look at it as, well, Shaq and Kobe were able to do it, but it's like they were they were like some of the greatest players ever, and it was like the way it was put together kind of worked, especially like with timing and everything. Like I don't think that obviously like those same talented Lakers, if they were put in this like amount of drama that they currently are doing, like having this season, they're probably not winning the championship either.
Maybe. I mean, honestly,
same drama though. Like we're
gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it going into the regular season, ultimately the playoffs. But it's astounding they made it as far as they did, considering all of this. Yeah. Like through this particular season, like most teams that have this, especially in the last 20 years, this is kind of the first one of these. It's the second. So this is kind of something I wanted to get into, right? Like people talk about this being the very first modern super team, but it's really the second modern super team, because the first modern super team was with Akeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, and Scottie Pippen, and I consider that the first modern super team, right? Okay. Where they like really tried at an older age to put everything together and chase some rings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the second major built from free agency super team. And it happens because mainly nobody has any money. The league has changed so drastically in the last 20 years. And it's why, as we go back a little earlier in the legacy breakdown, I can't consider this era of time the modern NBA at this stage of the game where we're at in 2022. Because no team to have no team in the league have enough money for free agents, that would not happen today. There would definitely be teams that don't have money, but not no teams having money. That doesn't make sense. Like the only 3 teams, according to the New York Times and Chris Broussard, only 3 teams, San Antonio, Denver, and Utah, will be under the salary cap enough to offer contracts significantly above the mid-level $4.9 million. So it's a drought for free agents this
year. Yeah.
And we look at Gary Payton, what was he coming off? So he got traded from Seattle to Milwaukee this year, but in total, he's 20 points a game, 8 assists, 1.7 steals, shooting 45%. Basically he hasn't really like fallen off yet. He's at an advanced age, but he's not anywhere. There's not a drastic drop off from his quote unquote prime. Like, I think he absolutely still considers himself in his prime at this point.
He's probably at the tail. Like, I think they look at it as their twilight years, like the end of their prime. But definitely,
But he's not at the same stage as Karl Malone, who's going to be 40 this year. But also coming off 20 points a game, same thing, right? Yeah, an 0203 at age 39, giving you 20.6 points per game.
But like, if this isn't like ring hopping, like ring chasing, like, because I could see Gary Payton at that point, like he didn't want to be. He probably he got traded to Milwaukee. You don't want to be traded, but you also obviously want a championship.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'll go with the Lakers, and then obviously they have relationship with Shaq and stuff. But Karl Malone is just straight up like, I've been with you guys for 19 years. I see we're not going to win a championship. I'm trying to win a chip. Sorry. Peace out.
The closest, it will never, I don't think we'll see something like this happen for a very long time. With this specific level of involvement for one franchise. The closest in our era is Russell Westbrook, and it's not that close. You know what I mean? Like maybe Damian Lillard will reach this point.
No, well, Steph's another one that could.
Yeah, but Steph's won chips. Like I'm talking.
Oh yeah, true.
No chips. One team.
Yeah, I was thinking about longevity in the team.
I think it's. Right. I think Damian Lillard might be but Damian Lillard continuously says he's not leaving Portland.
Yeah.
Whatever. Continue to not be a champion. It's fine. But Phil Jackson at New York Times wrote, Phil Jackson wants to add a power forward and a quick point guard who can stay in front of players like Mike Bibby, Troy Hudson, the Laker killer, stupid, and Tony Parker, all of whom burned the slow-footed Derek Fisher in the recent postseasons.
I remember that
Gary fits that like a glove, no pun intended.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I remember that being a huge issue with the 09 Lakers too, because like Derek Fisher, he was just so slow. I never understood why he was there. I now I could understand how he'd be that like glue guy, like keep everybody together, something like that. Like he's obviously one of the captains of the team, but I felt like Derek Fisher sucked so bad. He hit clutch threes though, so
that's what. So the big thing for him, great chemistry guy. Shockingly clutch for his role, right?
Yep.
And they had a few guys like that. Like you said, keeps the team, can be an on-the-court coach.
Yeah.
And get the triangle run.
Yeah, he was definitely like a defensive liability, though.
And he's going to take a bench role here to Gary Payton, who signs for $4.9 million, that mid-level. That's what
I thought it was 5.9. Oh, you might be right on.
It's kind of crazy how it all comes together though, because Shaq is calling Gary Payton and Karl Malone throughout the offseason.
Yep.
And being like, yo, you guys gotta come, like take less money, whatever. You guys have made your money, it's time to get some rings, add to your legacy, it's about legacy. You know, that type of shit.
Imagine Shaq calling you and being like, and telling you all that. Then you go in and you just like, yo, all this fucking drama, like I gotta deal with. Like it's like it's not gonna be an easy championship to win. Like,
yeah, but maybe Shaq's like, hey man, you know, me and Kobe got beef, but like you guys come in, I think it'll be squashed. It'll be lowered down. Like we were about winning rings. We might have beef, but we're about the task. Yeah. I know Shaq's saying some shit like that, 100%.
Or he's probably just saying, "Don't worry about Kobe. We got we'll figure it out.
We can be a team. Fuck Kobe. Doesn't even matter."
Yeah, especially this Shaq.
Yeah, he's raping people in Colorado right now. Like we don't need any of that.
Fuck you, man.
Don't fuck me. Fuck Shaq. That's what he said, not me. Anyways, Gary Payton, the 7-time All-Star, won 2 Olympic gold medals, passed up the chance to go to the highest bidder, and instead opted for lesser pay from the Lakers. Payton, who will turn 35 later this month, will team with O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and either Karl Malone or the next power forward in line. So, because Gary Payton signed 1 day earlier than Karl Malone. But it's crazy because Karl Malone made $19.2 million the year before he joined the Lakers, and he's joining the Lakers for $1.5 million. That is insane. Even though he's 40. Even though he's 40 years old.
He was 100. Like he was, and I like. At least they weren't like hiding it. You know what I mean? They were like, "I'm trying to get a ring." Like that's what.
The agent came out almost immediately and was like, "Look, dude, we're doing this for championships. Karl wants a ring before he retires, and the man's 40. Like it's not like he's in his prime at all.
Yeah." And
he may be coming off 20 points a game, but like the man's 40 years old. How much can he possibly do?
Yeah, playing in the NBA for 20 years and not winning a championship, like that's like I can understand.
It's karma, is what it is.
Being a fucking loser, like being a loser like
karma.
that and not winning a championship ever. Like
when you're a piece of shit human being,
keep that forever, Karl Malone. I hope it's hard for you to sleep.
Yeah.
Think about it all the time.
When you're a not ideal human being, sometimes, you don't get these things in return. Karma's a son of a bitch. But Shaq says, I think last season we were obviously missing hungry players. Going back to the turmoil that we discussed in the last episode, that Kobe and Shaq were beefing with the others on the team. And now we just signed 2 starving players. Crazy.
Like, so this is my thing. Like, have we ever, like, I know a lot of people like to point out LeBron for like media stuff, but like, has any player ever like shitted on their teammates as bad as Shaq's been doing in the last 2 years? Like, because even with LeBron,
Shaq and Kobe have both been doing it in the media. Like, it was a tag. Ironically, they're both not happy with each other, but they're really not happy with the others. It's really weird. It's really weird dynamic.
But and my main thing is, like, the worst thing I think LeBron has ever said was the top heaviest shit. Like that comment when he back in, what was it, 2017? I think so. Yeah, he said the top. That was it. Like, that was the worst he said. I don't remember him saying, "Yeah, we need to get rid of these guys." Like, openly saying this shit. Like,
last year. So Shaq goes on. Last year, I had a couple grenades. O'Neal said in the telephone interview. Now I got atomic weapons. I'm going nuclear. I'm Colin Powell, and I can drop the bomb anytime I want to. Going political on them bitches.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're just beginning the Iraq War, so super politically correct, Shaq. So fucked up. Fucking.
I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah.
So, let's see. Okay, so O'Neal talking about how he got these guys to come to the Lakers. Basically, I said we needed each other. I wasn't on the phone that long, but I gave them my message and told them how much I wanted them to come. I commend those guys for taking less money. That's an important thing to note for about a month from now. Because, well, I'll get to it in a minute. But this is kind of one of the biggest non-Shaq related moments of the season. Kobe is going to get sexual assault allegations brought up to him in Colorado. Sexually
on my freaking birthday, I turned 10 years old when Kobe.
Yeah, I noticed that. I forgot to write that in the notes. I was like, I really wanted to make light of that. And Karl Malone's the day after my birthday. Bastard. Fuck. Yeah, what does that say about me?
You're an asshole.
Yeah, fuck it. It's not good.
You kind of look like a white. You look like a white Karl Malone.
Like, oh, come on! I don't know about that.
You take that back immediately.
Like, think about it. Like, Karl Malone has the little beard thing, like the little beard thing going on.
You take it back.
He's a little bald. He got a little bit of hair.
That would imply Lindsay. Lindsay loves Karl Malone.
No, take it back.
I don't take it back at all.
No,
fuck you.
I'm gonna call Russell White Malone now.
No.
White Malone.
Better than Post Malone.